Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I am your host, Game Changer. So, I was watching the newest LexisNexis cartoon, and it's really the same old stuff. She goes on a date, and the guy is overly impressed with her success, and then she downplays it. However, she's upplaying it by making a cartoon in and of itself. And it's the same trope. The guys are broker than her. They can't handle her success. Blah 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 blah. We heard this story before. Hit the like button. But it brought up an interesting question because I seen it in regards to another show where, and I never seen this one before, but the women were basically talking about how 50-50 is bad and how, this and this. And okay, here's the thing about dealing with black women as a black man. It is a lose-lose scenario, and it has been for a while. If you offer 50-50, they're going to be like, oh, why should I pay 50% and blah, 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 blah. And then if you offer a traditionalism, it's he's trying to control me. It's a lose-lose, and they want you to lose. They want you to enter an agreement as a loser. No matter what, they want to highlight what they have sacrificed and what you are getting so you can constantly feel indebted to them. Now, I already said it. So there's really no need to talk too much about that particular aspect. What there is a need for is you hitting that like button. That's what there is a need for. Need you to hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So before I go deep into this, let's go over the short of the day, and then we'll go over the videos that this. All right. So
how old are you? 21 on your birthday? July 10th? I'm 24. You know what I'm saying? You're a little baby. I'm like right here. You like right there. Wait, hold on. I got. Wait. Show you something. I gotta show you something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get you to put your Instagram in real quick. You know what I'm saying? I like to get my favorite customers, social medias and stuff like that.
Favorite customers?
Yeah.
With an S? Look at all them in the search bar.
Bro, what? This is. You gonna come back? You not a regular customer?
I'm only here for a day.
Why? Doing what? You know what? Hold on. Let me get it. Wait, okay. Let me get the door. You have a nice one. You look really nice, by the way. I'm Larry, by the way. Yeah, for sure. You have a nice one. How old are you?
Okay. So this was a weird one for a couple of reasons. One, it's obviously staged because you have like different camera angles, and it seemed like a cameraman was right there when he hops over the counter. It follows him and points in front of him. So this is obviously staged. But what was the message here? I don't get it. It's okay. Yes, she's pretty, and yes, you're interested, and you held the door for someone who just rejected you. What was the whole? And why are you wearing a construction uniform if you're a clerk? I really did this as a short of the day, kind of like rush last minute. But I want whomever, I want this Larry King guy to make sense of this. It's not going anywhere. But one thing that I do want to highlight is that she says, I'm an entrepreneur. It's amazing. B-dubs really like sounding successful. They really like that. They have this, though they want to be taken care of like every woman does, they still have this overwhelming desire to impress with their career. I'm going to repeat that. They have this overwhelming desire to impress with their career. And one of two things happens when they get what they want, and that is to impress you with whatever their career is. Situation one, you're impressed, like, oh yes, you're doing it, Bill, blah 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 blah, and then she automatically goes to the "I'm better than you" stance. She takes that stance, like, I'm better than you. You're just a broke dusty, and I am an executive assistant. And then there's another way to go with that. And she says something like, oh yes, I'm an executive assistant, for 5 years. And somebody says, oh really, my executive assistant, she worked for me for 8 years. And then there is this whole standoffish thing. Then there's this whole, oh, you're bougie, you're this, I don't need your money, I got my own money, and blah blah. There's that aspect of it. Once again, they want a lose-lose situation, and that's why they are perpetually in the condition that they're in, last to walk down the aisle, if at all, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's that, amongst a whole bunch of other stuff, is the reason that they find themselves in this particular situation. So I'm going to play where she left off last time with this scenario, and then we're going to get into hold on. Hold on one moment. We're going to go into where she left off the last time, and then we're going to start kind of in the middle of, because they're all the same. They're all just a guy who's overly impressed with her quote unquote success. And I use that term loosely. I mean, I don't know what this woman's income level is. I just know that her cartoon avatar of herself likes to stunt arbitrarily on really miscellaneous things, and we're going to talk about that. So let me go to history. And this one was interesting because she did the whole Dr. Umar portion of it too. Hi, okay, I'm gonna make fun of Dr. Umar, and I really wish that the pro blacks would understand what's going on with women like this. They don't have any respect for the pro blacks. Pro blacks need to learn that. The sooner they realize that, the better. Because they have this envision that, okay, if I show these sister queens that I'm not a Negro peon, and that I am down for the cause, and I'm down for these black queens. No, no. They make fun of you for wanting to be with them. They're not going to respect what they didn't earn. And your loyalty is something that they didn't earn. All right. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and present this. Fair use, fair use. Hit the like button, all that jazz. Okay. So after 5 minutes and 38 seconds of, treating brothers like crap, and these are guys who are just like overtly bad. Like, they start off the conversation with stuff like politics and stuff like that. Like, these are like obviously scriptedly bad dates. Let's see what happens here.
And who do you think that will impact primarily? Well, she not black. Hello, I'm Bradley. How are you? Hey, I'm good. I'm Rachel. It's so nice to meet you. You look absolutely ravishing, just breathtaking. Just looking around, and I notice I'm the only one that looks like me, if you catch my drift. So I have to ask, am I even your type? Well, Bradley, I really don't have a type. It honestly just depends more on what you're looking for and your personality and character. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I hope that this doesn't come off as too direct, but if I'm honest, I'm ready to settle down and I'm looking for my wife. And if I'm lucky, she'll be half as beautiful as you are, Rachel. Traitor! Bad witch!
Okay, so this is BW Dating Part 5. Looks like you found the man of your dream, right? I mean, you don't have any reason to make a part 6 because you found everything that you're looking for in part 5. But then after he pumps and dumps, we have part 6. So let's go into part 6 because she is still back on the dating market. Whatever happened did not happen. He just like, yes, well, I am interested in a wife. So what color are your drawers? And let's get started on this whole wife thing. And yeah, 1 week later. So I'm back on the dating market. And there you have it. And notice, and he said that there isn't a lot of people that look like me here. And I'm like, well, there's a reason for that because they are happier in their relationships and don't really have a need or desire to go to such things. Like this isn't a black only, venue. If so, he wouldn't be there in the first place. Why is it only one white guy there and it's so many beautiful black queens? How come they're not going there in droves? Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever asked yourself how come they're not like flooding the, but it's full of single black men and single black women? I find that interesting. Hit the like button. I find that interesting. Okay, so let's go into the next one. So once again, 1 week later, she is back on the dating market.
Your level.
Check, please.
So you ain't one of them strong, independent black women, are you? The kind who don't want us to.
Yeah, that's how you'd begin a date. That's how black men begin dates. You're not one of those strong, independent black women. Listen, are there black guys that begin dates like that? Absolutely. But this is part 6, and like almost all of each almost each episode consists of this particular trope where a guy begins the date on a confrontational note. Really. All right.
Admit and don't need no man.
Well, aren't you charming? I guess this evening can't get any worse, so let's have at it. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm an alpha male. I'm looking for a fit and feminine woman who knows how to take care of a man and submit. I'm looking for a traditional woman who knows how to cook and clean and who can properly raise and rear my children.
Oh, I see what you mean. Although I have a career, I'm actually from the South and was raised very traditionally. My parents are still married.
Okay. I hate it when women do this. I really do. I hate it when women just want you to overlook what they are doing and focus on what they are supposed to be doing or what they were raised to do. Like, I'm from the South. Oh, okay. Are you a traditional woman or not? Well, I'm from the South and traditional women come from the South. So, no, the question is, are you a traditional woman? Well, my parents are traditional. They've been married for 30. Are you a traditional woman? Are you a pick me or not? Well, you know how us Southern girls do. I was brought up with these values. Well, did it take? You see you see the foolishness? Okay. There is a black sorority that's known as the pretty girl sorority, right? Now, say you meet somebody on the phone for whatever reason, it's a blind date, right? Kind of like this situation on the first Friday where it's like they say I look like Janet Jackson type deal. Let's just say it's a blind date or something, right? And I'm not going to say the name of sorority, but let's just say, like, so, are you pretty? Well, I'm part of this pretty girl sorority. Yeah, okay, but that doesn't mean that every girl in it is pretty. Are you pretty? Yes, we were founded in 1909 by a bunch of beautiful black. Yes, are you pretty? it's a pretty girl organization that I belong to. And okay, obviously you are not that thing. You're not answering the question yes or no. I'm gonna go back so y'all can see what I mean.
Looking for a fit and feminine woman who knows how to take care of a man and submit. I'm looking for a traditional woman who knows how to cook and clean and who can properly raise and rear my children.
Oh, I see what you mean. Although I have a career, I'm actually from the South and was raised very traditionally. My parents
Yes, are you what he's looking for? You see how she's trying to divert?
are still married after 30 years, believe it or not. And I grew up watching my mother cook and clean and be a doting mother and wife while my father was the breadwinner. And I really admire and respect men who are traditional providers.
Now notice that her father is blue collar, and that was okay with the mother. Now, they've been married 30 years. I find it difficult to believe that in the entirety of that 30 years that she didn't work at all. And that's not because, oh no, black women had to have worked. It's because really at some point she would have wanted to have worked. And I've seen that, especially amongst older couples of all races. In fact, Aaron Clary talks about this. It's called a Kaufma job. This is the keep her off my A job. This is why, like, even when you see like the 50s housewives and stuff like that, they're still selling Tupperware or some crap like that. And that's because they're social creatures. They don't want to be cooped up in the house all day. It doesn't take all day to clean the house, and they just want to do something. They're not financially obligated to work, but they still want to once the youngest child reaches a certain age. That's the truth of the matter. So I find it difficult to believe that your mother didn't want to work, that she actually was a housewife when you were 16. Because there isn't, what is she, breastfeeding you? Like, there isn't much to do at that point. I could be wrong, but yeah. I mean, she probably babysat some neighborhood kids, but she did work at some point. So, but and then they show this blue collar guy knowing that she would not have messed with she's not going to convince black women to get with a blue collar guy like her father. Black women are not looking for black men like your father the way they used to.
Providers and would love to have that type of relationship dynamic too.
Breadwinner, provider. What you think I'm an ATM? I ain't taking care of no grown woman. What you bring to the table?
So let me get this straight. You want all the benefits of a traditional woman without making any of the sacrifices of a traditional man.
What's up, my beautiful?
Okay. She really slayed that straw man. Here's the truth of the matter. What she's looking for, and this is the only thing that she can have at this point, what she's looking for is a man to pay 100% of the bills while she continues with her career. She already cleans the house, now while she's working. So she's not going to do anything different. She's just like, okay, except, that SEXXX. But really, she's not going to do anything different. So what she's looking for is somebody to come in. She keeps her career. She saves the money that you are paying. You're paying 100%. She's paying 0. She's saving that. She's pocketing that. So she can boss up some more. That's what she really wants. Because what's the alternative? At what point will she quit her career? I'm going to repeat this. At what point is she going to quit her career? At what point? So say she's 30 now, right? And a 35-year-old guy. What if that guy there said, okay, quit your career now and, drop the briefcase, drop the pantsuit and put on an apron. Do that right now. Oh, I just met you. I don't, I've been working on this career for 12 years, 4 years of college and grad school, and I had to climb the corporate ladder and blah blah blah. She's going to give all that. She's going to give all of that. She's not going to drop the thing that she has been working towards for so long instantly. So there's going to be a time period in a relationship where the two of you are working. Now, the question is, how is the bills going to be split during that time period? Like, oh, it's going to be either 50-50, which is, something that so many Black women detest. Or and also in that time period, you won't be in a traditional role because you don't feel that you should be in a traditional setting in a 50-50 relationship. So that part is a non-starter. And then there's the other way where, he's paying for everything while you're still working. Because you're not going to give up that job early in a relationship. You're not going to give up the job or the career until you are completely secure in a relationship. And that is going to take a significant amount of time, if ever. I mean, a reasonable career, women, because what that's saying, and this is a sacrifice that Black women are completely unwilling to make, but I've seen white women do it. What is saying is, let's just say her career at present is 50K. And I know she wants us to think that it's much more than that, but I'm going to go with 50K. And let's just say that that's what she's making. If she were to become a housewife, even if the guy made, say, 250K or so, all right? So she makes 20% of what he makes. She's still not going to comfortably make that transition, because from her point of view, she is paying 50K to be with this guy. I'm going to repeat that. She is paying 50K to be with this guy. She's literally paying 50K to wash his drawers. That's the way she looks at the situation. And then there's the whole thing that he can leave at any time, and Black women live under that. They have been fed that, that we're some pump and dumpers. So they have been fed that since birth. That, oh, he's gonna leave you and then you're gonna have no career. You're gonna have to start over in the career path and blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna go back some more because she said something that I overlooked. I didn't really overlook. I just meant to talk on it, but I didn't. Here, let's do this one.
Check, please.
So you ain't one of them strong, independent Black women, are you? The kind who don't want to submit and don't need no man.
Well, aren't you charming? I guess this evening can't get any worse, so let's have at it. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm an alpha male. I'm looking for a fit and feminine woman who knows how to take care of a man and submit. I'm looking for a traditional woman who knows how to cook and clean and who can properly raise and rear my children.
Oh, I see what you mean. Although I have a career, I'm actually from the South and was raised very traditionally. My parents are still married.
Okay, so that's why I didn't cover it, because she didn't do it in this one. Let me read some comments while I queue up the next one. Y'all hit that like button. Greatly appreciate you. All right, so somebody named the sorority. I'm not going to highlight that comment. This chick talks as if they employ Black people and have shareholders, or employ people and have shareholders. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole the thing about entrepreneurship is it leaves a big question mark on how much a person actually makes. It could literally be zero to infinity. Like Elon Musk is an entrepreneur, but so is the person that sells incense. He buy for a nickel and sell for a dime, and he sold 5 of them today. Like, I mean, there's all sorts of entrepreneurs out there. There's all levels of it. So one need to only become an entrepreneur and then give the appearance of wealth for a person to assume that they are a successful entrepreneur. Like, for example, if I were to be sell real estate, which is in a way being an entrepreneur, and you don't know how much I make. You don't know if I made 10K last year or what, but I go ahead and lease an expensive automobile. So you think that I'm a successful entrepreneur. That way you could try to leverage more out of the mate. That happens. Are they franchised businesses before, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Okay. Complete and utter delusion. Agreed. Divestors doing the work for me. What work? You got to elaborate on that. Trapped in Keisha Land, part 34, the Odyssey to Brad. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Naga. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. All right. And says also known as LOL. Okay. All right. This cartoon got me crying. Yeah. Even most Beckys I know with rich husbands work part time at some point. Yeah, I mean, and once again, it's not because they had to; it's because they wanted to. So they're what they're doing is because they're not offering family. I mean, if you waited that long, then you didn't take it seriously. Means that you didn't want it. So what are you offering? You're trying to sell a family now, which is fine. Selling, like, okay, if you retire me young, I'll be your wife, lover, mother, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and you take care of me. Now that is a deal in a country where a woman can't divorce you and not really keep up her half of the deal. That deal is not enforced here in the US. So a woman has to actually want a family as much as you want a family, or else the whole thing is destined to fail in divorce court. Okay, congratulations. I can honestly say my grandmother never worked. She didn't learn to drive until she was 50. When they moved from New York to South Carolina, um, would she would small stuff here and there though. That's what I mean when I say work. Okay, there's a difference between work and a career. A career is something that requires dedication and commitment, a commitment that is typically taken away from the family. Work is just work. It's really something people do as a hobby. Take Danica Marie for example. She's working. It's not necessarily a career. And that's because it's not taken away from her ability and willingness to do her wifely duties. CBS News says 1 in 3/18 to 30-year-olds live with their parents, live at parents' residence. Okay. I kind of came out of nowhere, but I can see the truth in that. I used to work construction. Okay. Girls are very adaptive to technology. Well, technology is adaptive to people. So I don't know if that's a good thing. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that comment. But thanks anyway. That doesn't make any. Okay, I don't know what that is at this point. My bad, brother. It says these videos are like OG Manosphere content. They still making these. What you talking about? My video or hers? I don't know if that's really like old school Manosphere content. Elaborate on what you mean, Hood Server. All right. It's better than satire. Well, it's just a bunch of slang of a straw man. All right. Girls are bad at adapting to feminism, undercutting patriarchy, undercutting racism, undercutting patriarchy, undercutting white boys. Okay. They quit college when they divorce at 50. Chipotle, the mixed girl, had me scrubbing floors. The Mexican was nice to me. You work at Chipotle and they had you scrubbing floors? but the Mexican manager was nice to you. Is that what you're saying? Okay. She likely worked till she dies. Most women that gave, well, she's going to say in another video that I'm going to cover that her parents raised her one way and she decided to do another. So we're going to talk. Your mom is married. Okay, let's see. Charles Merchant, long time no see. All Keisha is doing is taking a manosphere message and inverting it. Men have been saying modern women want traditional attributes from a man. Yeah, the thing is that Black men never stopped being traditional until the manosphere, I should say. I'm going to repeat that. Black men didn't really stop being traditional until the manosphere. That's when we started to question it. But prior to that, the Black men have been traditional. It's just that that traditionalism has been renounced. It's been renounced by the whole thing of I don't need a man, or I can pay my own bills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's before the relationship begins. Then divorce is the ultimate undermining of traditional situations because let's face it, it's not tradition to divorce. Nobody comes from a significantly long line of divorced people. So that is a break from tradition. This is them choosing to break from tradition. And the reason why men kept getting married was because they were still doing their traditional thing. And also, and hit the like button. Also, the price of the box have went up significantly. So before, if this were the 80s and you made the equivalent to 50K and you still provided for a family on that, then but now they're requiring a much, much, much like 3 times that just before they can offer you the same thing that your grandmother offered your grandfather for far less. And that's because you are no longer supporting the family at that point. You're supporting her need for luxury goods and a luxurious lifestyle. That means that she's more interested in a luxurious lifestyle than traditionalism, which was never part of the tradition. What is this? A computer. English is too monotone. A language is not a tone, but I do understand that some languages requires tonal influxes to convey a point, perhaps more so than English. Not another Black woman stream. Okay, not another Black woman troll. This cartoon is hilarious. Yes. They even import French people into the Midwest to scat on office workers for. Okay, I've been reading your comments. Are you typing in the wrong chat room? Are you looking at a video where these comments are relevant to the topic at hand and you are typing here thinking that you're typing there while you listen to both of us? Because all right. Oh yeah, it's obviously written by a Black woman. Well, I mean, even the voice is when she does the male voice, that's just her modifying her own voice or altering her own voice to sound like a man. Fit, feminine, friendly is a joke. Yeah. Yeah, who's laughing? It's not a funny one, but okay. Let's see. Freeman's Journal, and Sensepreneur, yeah. Or they all do hair. And it kind of leads you to wonder, with so many Black women doing hair, who's actually getting their hair done? Like, what Black woman is getting her hair done? I mean, it seems like for every Black woman that does hair, there's only like one it seems like every Black woman has one customer because there's like so many of them doing hair. Okay. I don't know many pretty women that are friendly. You don't know any pretty women then. I guess a better question would be, do you know any ugly, friendly women? I have a SAHM. Trust me, these hoax will never be let's see. Okay, I'm sure that's an acronym for something. Submissive, something like that. I don't know. All right. Anybody could be a hoe. Let's see. I can see you looking down your nose at them, LOL. Or at Freeman Journal. All right. Y'all talking to each other. So let me move forward. Tons of ugly, friendly women. No, there isn't. They may be friendly to a person who's more handsome than they are pretty, which is a lot of people. That doesn't make them friendly. That's just something that they're doing to get what they want. Oh, stay at home, mom. Got you. Okay. Some of y'all wives are in that category. Some of them are. Anyway, won't get into that. Let me cue this up and okay, here we go.
So, when was your last relationship?
A few years ago, too much baby mama drama. She only had one child, so I thought I could make it work. But I can't be nobody's stepdaddy.
Yeah, I get it. I've always wanted children too, but understand how important it is to choose the right person because I don't want to have to deal with all that drama. So, although my parents didn't like it, I focused on my career and education in my 20s.
So there you go. Right there, you made a choice. That was a pivotal point in your life. You chose to focus on your career. You chose not to be traditional for a long period for the majority of your adulthood. You chose to be non-traditional. Anything related to the traditional topic now is a matter of you. It's a matter of your choice. You could have been traditional, but you didn't. Your parents want so for her to say, "Oh, my parents did this." My yes, they followed a tradition. You didn't follow said tradition, and now you're here bitter, and you're expressing your bitterness online, and you're actually blaming black men for that. You're blaming black men for not offering you something that you did not want for the lion's share of your adulthood. And you didn't get into a career just to give it up for a guy, or else you would have just found that guy instead of for the career to begin with. So you have no desire to end your career, but you do want to shame black men for not quality. So it's not a matter of him being qualified or not, according to your definition of qualification. And hit the like button. It's not a matter of him being qualified or not. It's a willingness situation. Dang, she drew her old looking. It's a willingness situation on your part. All right, I'll play the rest of this.
I really wanted grandchildren, but I wanted a firm foundation first. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm ready to finally find the right person.
Okay, so she's not 30, she's in her 30s. You can't do that. That's like turning down the NBA and then saying, okay, now that I'm in my 30s, I see why, being in the NBA is important. And it's like, yes, it's possible that you can get in at that point, but it's going to be far more difficult, and it's going to be for far less value than it would have been if you started at 22. And that's on you. Stop blaming black men for your poor decisions. You wasted your 20s like so many women like yourself. And instead of for, choosing to educate women, younger women like Chantel Simone, like Melody Media, instead of for doing that, you are attacking.
To start this next chapter of life with.
I didn't get married in my 20s or have kids. More fool you. More fool you. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that that was a wise decision? If you could change that, would you?
Oh, so you a childless cat lady. You in your 30s, right? With no man and no kids? Don't wait too long. The clock is ticking. Perfect man don't exist, but if he did, he's looking for somebody in their prime, not an old maid.
Wait, so if I already had children, you wouldn't be interested because you don't want to be a stepdad. But since I don't, I'm an old maid.
Well, I think most modern women your age only single cause your standards too high. Keep it up and you gonna die alone.
Oh, thou wise one, how knowledgeable and enlightened you are to be able to so accurately and vividly predict my dismal future. It seems I shall become the most famous hermit and miserable old maid of all time, living in a lonely tower of dreams never realized, without a man to save me from such a pitiful existence. Verily, verily, I shall wither and waste away and turn into worm food if I don't.
And cat food. Your cats will eat you. All right. It says, I traveled, got educated, had fun, lived my best life. All right. Once again, if you could change it, would you? That's the question at hand. It's a very simple question. I didn't ask what you did do with your 20s, or actually I did. So thanks for answering that question. Separately, if you can change that for family, etc. Okay, I wouldn't change it. I essentially found myself. Okay, you found out that you're a selfish person. But and that's fine. Now that you found out that you are a person who is not built for relationships, then do not complain to us for not having one. But hey, you got educated.
Find a man to save me from my misery. Just imagine my extravagant funeral, a spectacle to behold where the only guests shall be other lonely old ladies who will gather in sorrow, weeping and gnashing their teeth as I fade away into eternal singlehood, a martyr for the cause of high expectations. I can already hear my future cats crying around my deathbed, mourning the day I dare to desire more than a
The cats don't cry over you.
mediocre man to validate my existence. What shall I do? Please save me, oh wise one.
Seriously, though, I live a fulfilling life full of friends and family and people who love me. I also have a great career and hobbies that I really enjoy, and I'm surrounded by people who care for me. If I find a partner, great. But if not, no biggie. That's okay.
Okay, so stop complaining because you're not a traditional woman. You've developed a life. You spent your entire adulthood developing a life as a single woman. Now, this is a life that you would have to give up. Not every aspect of it, but many aspects of it you would have to give up as a stay-at-home wife mother. I'm going to repeat that. As a stay-at-home wife mother, you would not be able to, it won't be like that.
Please save me, oh wise one.
Seriously, though, I live a fulfilling life full of friends.
You see, what's this all about? That's her parents, I guess. But when you're breastfeeding, it's going to be a lot different. You're going to have to sacrifice aspects of your life that you have spent over a decade developing, that you have spent like 90% of your adulthood developing?
Friends and family and people who love me.
There is no village. There is no village, at least not in the Black community. Somebody said the village. It takes a village to raise a child. Listen, the village typically, how's it going to take a village to raise a child when they strive to be single mothers? What, a village of one? They don't actually have villages. Villages tend to come from, your mom and their parents, and then and then your dad and his parents and his brothers and sisters and your brothers and sisters, and they all come together, for this kid, to help with this kid's needs. But they already gave up half the village to begin with. And since you came from a single mom, you only have half a village too. There is no village. Somebody said Rainbow Tribe. We're going to get into that later in the show.
I also have a great career and hobbies that I really enjoy, and I'm surrounded by people who care for me. If I find
So you don't want to be a traditional wife because you have a great career.
a partner, great. But if not, no biggie. That's okay.
See, people who actually want something don't say no biggie.
I too.
Yeah, okay, cat lady.
I like his response to that. Okay, so we're going to move past that. We're going to move past these cartoons and get into the other thing that I seen. But first, before I do that, let me just check if y'all been hitting that like button. Because y'all know that this show runs on the like button and also the subscribe button if you're new here. So please and thank you. Please and thank you. All right. So all right, that's how many people I got. Yep, I knew it. Knew I haven't been hitting that button. All right, so we're gonna get it. We're gonna get about 9 mo. I'm going to wait while that happens. And in the meantime, what am I going to watch on YouTube? Well, I'm giving y'all time to hit that like button. Oh, what's this? It's leopard. Okay, I haven't seen this before. Let's click that. Let's click that. It's leopard. That is a lot of eccentric people. Let's just say that. Eccentric people. All right. So oh, that's Hollywood, Florida. Okay. Hollywood, Florida, nightlife. Let's see. Okay, so at that, need 5 more likes. Gato Negro, black cat. Okay. Dang, she look miserable. This chick right here looks like she do not like her. Why does everybody do hookah? That like the new thing now? All right, I need FOMO likes. Colombian restaurant. Okay. Come on, people. I need FOMO. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Yep. Oh, okay. I need 3 more. I need 3 more. All right. Boom. Boom. That sucks. She's short. All right, two more. All right, that like button, people. Let's see. I remember when I found out that palm tree thing. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Whale of a woman. Whale of a woman. Okay, let's see where we at. Okay, I need one more and I'm done. This is cool. I need one more and I'm done. All right, then I can get into the crux of the show. Let's see. Yeah, just one more person hit that like button. Instacart commercial. All right, so there we go. Reach my goal. All right, so let's get out of this foolishness. And it's amazing how many people make videos of themselves walking down the street. It's not my thing. It's not very interesting to me. I need some type of monologue or a dialogue too. I don't know. Oh crap! What is this? Maybe I should have played this. Huh. Let me see what this is about right quick before I get into the meat and potatoes, and then and maybe it'll be something I cover in a different video. All right. This came up in my feed just now, so I haven't seen it before, but I will watch it with you now.
I need a man, and I am not ashamed to admit it. Look,
I do not.
How old are you? Like, they behave like shitty. They behave like, oh no, I got to travel. Well, I'm pretty sure she got to travel in her education. I mean, what is that? Look at this. Look at this. And each woman think that it can't happen to them until it happens to Melissa Ford, Lisa Ray, Halle Berry, Vivica Fox, Chili from TLC. Like like the list just goes on and on. Like Maya, like the list just goes on and on. Like, oh no, I'm going to do it when I'm ready. She looked like she was kicked out of the Black Panther party for licking too much carpet.
I need a man, and I am not ashamed to admit it. Look,
I do not know how that is possible. I asked him to go and do HIV test to confirm. But Mama, I am positive.
I quit my job.
Wow. Yeah, I think I am gonna have to cover this. She just said that she's positive. She has HIV. She has HIV. And she's asking him to take the HIV test. First of all, that's like closing the door after the animals done left the barn. Like, it's like, well, did you ask everybody that? And also, it implies that you only hit it raw. Like you only embrace raw. It's got to be raw. It's like, okay, I don't want to actually take the test and wait for the results, but I am willing to use a condom. And you're the one who is tainted. You're tainted. You're tainted.
I am not ashamed to admit it. Look,
I do not know how that is possible.
Oh, okay. So she also wants to meet a man who is positive. I can't really knock what she's doing. I really can't. She could be out here seducing and infecting dudes, but instead she's looking to meet somebody who is positive. Now, I think that there's different levels to it. I don't know. I don't have HIV. I think that there might be different levels to it. Like there's the Magic Johnson level that's level like 0.0001. And then there's the Easy E level, which is infinity. Like I think that there's levels to it. So she could be walking around with that Magic Johnson strand. And then she meets somebody with the Easy E strand. Like you see this? You see where I'm going with this? Like it's bad all around, but that's their business.
I asked him to go and do HIV test to confirm. But mama, I am positive.
I quit my job a week after moving into my new house.
Black women's standards are so high that not even God himself can reach them.
Looking for a husband. I'm old. I'm 41.
But I'm not going to settle
Dang.
for just anybody.
I need a man.
Oh, she's cute. She's light skinned. Okay.
Welcome back.
I've seen this guy before. Salute to him. Don't know his name, but check it out. So he came up in my feed. All right. Now let's go to the featured presentation. Well, not the featured presentation. Really, the last one was, but let's go and get the other side of the story. So, yeah. Nasty foot picture came up on my feed. Should have played that to get y'all to hit the like button. All right. In fact, I'm going to save it for the next time y'all lacking on the likes. All right, there we go. All right, so history. Not that one. Dang, I watched a lot of stuff since then. Or did I even? Did he even save into my history? Oh crap. Ah, yeah, here it is. Here it is. All right. No, I'm trying to get y'all to hit the like button. Okay. So, are 50-50 relationships a bad idea? She looks like she's related to Louis Gossett Jr. Louis Gossett Jr., rest in peace, may he rest in peace, but he had the she smiles like him. I'll just say that. Rest in peace, Louis Gossett. Actually, I won't even say that. I won't even say Louis Gossett Jr. because you know who's worse? The guy from 227. The guy that married the woman on 227. He has the most, shoe shine boyish, toothiest Negro's grin there is. And she mirrors that right now.
Like how many hours? 12 hours a day?
Well, that would be time that I would use having sex. But
Oh,
now
okay.
guess where
Wait, what?
America ranks in penis size?
Oh,
No, I can't be a mother and your lover. Because if I'm your mom and I'm doing motherly things for you, I'm not going to be as freaky because that's weird.
yeah.
Put it on, girl. Let me see.
All right.
but you might.
You might, right?
You might.
It's been fun lately, hasn't it?
I know. I've had so much fun with you. We had so many things going on.
I love your reactions. Like they're really authentic and appalled sometimes, appalling.
Well, you know,
my-
I always ask Santa for a big sister, and now I'm rethinking. No.
You want to send me back up the chimney?
Does she have an Old Navy fleece on? What is this that she's wearing? It's like satin fleece. It's like a pajama onesie. Yeah, it's like a satin teal garbage man uniform. Is what it is.
Oh, by the way,
Somebody said, "What a waste of light skin." Listen, not all light skin is good. Look at this face. Okay, this is what happens when you have a group of plastic surgeons trying to maintain the semblance of the ghostly outline of what used to be attractive. That's what's going on here. You ever see like those 20, 40-year-olds? Like those 40-year-olds that's trying to look 20. I remember the first time I heard that term. It was when the actor who played Anakin Skywalker came back on Ahsoka, and he was supposed to be like, they was trying to make him look the same that he did back then, but you could just tell that all the king's horses and all the king's men, like he still looked, don't get me wrong, I mean, we know that he's older, he still looked decent, but and he looked better, or he looked younger than most people his age, I'm sure, but you could still tell that he wasn't the age that he was. That's the same with her. She's trying to, like, look at the way she's dressed, look at her hair. She's definitely trying to preserve youth. She's trying to preserve the day and time when her vagina was worth a crap. That's what she's trying to do. In fact, I'll look her up. Let me see how old she is. Oh, dang. She done crossed the 50 mark. Yeah, 51 years old. And there you have it.
Claudia Jordan. This is my amazing co-host and friend and little sis, Erica Cobb.
Hello.
New podcast that I think people are starting to feel a little bit.
I think people are definitely feeling.
Do you want to eat her? Do you want to eat her? Claudia Jordan looks good. Do you want to eat her? Do you want to change places with her?
We're making some waves. But first, I got to say, happy first day of Kwanzaa.
That's right.
It's Umoja Unity Day. So let's be united in our celebration of the festivities.
Well, funny you mentioned united, because today we're going to be talking about relationships. And this is going to be a shorter episode because it's the holidays. You're busy arguing with your family, pretending you like your mother-in-law, and you actually want to spend time with your annoying kids and all that.
You're not funny. I'm looking at her thing. She was married to a dude for 1 year. A dude named Datari Turner. Between 2009 and 2010. Dang.
That no, just kidding. But we don't want to take up a bunch of your time, so just a little taste so you don't miss us. You don't have withdrawal. There was a really interesting video that was going around social media, and I live on social media.
Yes, you do.
It's because I don't have a man right now.
It's like how many hours? 12 hours a day?
What do you mean right now? What do you mean right now? So not only did she marry a dude for 1 year, he was younger. He was 6 years younger.
Well, that would be time that I would use having sex. But now I'm just like watching videos on Instagram.
All right.
Not the whole
same.
Not the whole 12 hours. but some of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this.
You don't have sex. You give lubricated hand jobs. Your sex days are well behind you. You don't have sex anymore. You give lubricated hand jobs. That's what you do. You actually you put both your hands into a can of shortening grease. And then you give a hand job with that and tell him to clean himself off. That is your sex life. Right now.
There's a video I want you to take a look at, and I
Okay.
want to see what you think about this.
Okay.
There's a viral video going around of American men and Russian men.
I have no idea what this is. Gender-wise. I really do not know what the F it is. If I seen it in real life, I will sneeze on it and walk away. That is, I have no idea what that is. Exactly. WTF is that? Shout out to Spengler. Rest in peace, Spengler. Now, who is Spengler? Spengler is the departed Ghostbuster. It was Bill Murray. That guy that he played on a lot of stuff. The black dude, and Dan Aykroyd. And then there was a guy named Spengler on there. Spengler was the scientist of the group. He invented the proton pack. If Ghostbusters were real people, I would call them and have them put a meter to try to figure out what the fuck is that. Because it ain't correct.
Men being asked if they would provide for their wives.
Thank you, Harold Ramis. Rest in peace.
Every single American man said no. They said they wanted to go 50-50. One even said, she's an adult. She can provide for herself. They all mocked the idea of providing for their wives. Every single Russian man said yes. They were dumbfounded at the question, actually. One said, it's my wife, of course. They weren't like, well, it's 50-50. What's she bringing to the table? She can get a job. No, they recognized the value and privilege of just having a woman in their lives. We hear
what they should, Ernie Hudson. Thank you. He played on a lot of good stuff, and he produced the new Ghostbusters too. So he turned out to be, the successful one of the group, and he came in as like a late add to the group. All right. So first of all, rainbow people are always going to be against hetero relationship because it's a world that they will never be a part of, that they could never be a part of. You see, really, really rainbow people know that their only non-rainbow friends are single women and people that they work with and really have to tolerate their fruitiness. So those are the only people. Once a woman becomes married, she lose that GBF, that gay best friend, is now gone. And I'm pretty sure by now he has lost friends to that. And also hetero relationships cut into their mating pool. It cuts into their mating pool. Every morning he has to look up and look at a full jar of Vaseline saying, dang those straight people. If it wasn't for so many straight people, this jar of Vaseline would be empty.
A lot of complaints from American men about modern women and how they aren't feminine, but they're not even functioning as providers and protectors. They want women to be their roommates who pay half the bills, provide a maid service for their dusty apartment and are their bedroom buddy. When these men try to go find wives overseas, the women are always like, I'm not coming back to help you pay bills and lay down with you. Are you crazy? See, these...
Who in the world is asking for that? So a guy, okay, let me get this straight. In his imagination, he is a woman or she or whatever that is, you know. And this person in its imagination, and it has a vivid imagination, men are going to Colombia and saying, hey, woman with a 6th grade education, how would you like to come to America and make some money for us? That's what they're doing. Is that what they're doing? Okay.
Men want women to be feminine, but they have her out in her masculine all day doing more of the heavy lifting and providing than they do.
Is he talking about the foreign women, or is he talking about the domestic women? Because the domestic women is just doing heavy lifting for herself. That's really all she's doing.
No benefit to you, sweetie.
And that is actually Christian Walker. Do you know who that is?
I do. That's Herschel Walker's son.
Herschel Walker, that was just tapped to be ambassador to the Bahamas, because we need that.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very difficult, negotiations going on with the Bahamas.
Okay.
Anyways, but his...
What in the world do the Bahamas have that we want to negotiate for? They have coconuts and beautiful dark-skinned women with big coconuts. I don't like coconut. That's a very important thing, that the negotiation with the Bahamas. So we have a president-elect that's talking about putting tariffs on everybody. I don't think that the Bahamas, that nobody cares. Like, oh, I hope we don't lose those Bohemian goods. Like, please, let's not, because I have some toothpicks that's made in the Bahamas.
Message, what he's saying. What do you think about it?
I agree. Yeah, I do agree. Here's the thing. When we talk about 50-50, people always think like, if I make $10 and you make $10 and we're both putting in 5 type thing. I don't see 50-50 as being monetary. I see 50-50 as being sweat equity, labor equity, child rearing equity. And I think that in America, there is a sense that it is very monetary. If our rent is $1,000, then we're each paying $500. And I just don't see that fitting with the current landscape that we have in this country. My husband is Canadian. He has a different type of idea of what it means to have a 50-50 household. So I don't equally share monetary responsibilities, but I definitely am in a position to make sure that his life is easier so that he can do what he needs to do for the two of us.
Well, your husband's not broke. And these are...
Okay, so she said something that made a lot of sense. And she just dismissed it with, your husband's not broke. Black women have a very fluid definition of the word broke. They're always going, like, you can really say anybody that's not a billionaire is broke. You just set your expectations too higher than what they make. So if a guy makes, say $200K, you say, oh yeah, that's broke. I know, I've seen it be, once I got my first real job after college, that a lot of women just up the bar. They just up the economic bar. Like, it's like, okay, I see what's going on here. And that right now, she's not even like looking for a relationship. She's just trying to excuse herself for not being in one. And her excuse is that she's dealing with a, let's just say, underperforming population of men. But the truth of the matter is, you're obnoxious and old and not too bright. You had the opportunity to contribute something to a relationship like the woman to your right, and you did not capitalize on that opportunity. Now you look like something that Lion-O fights. New episode every Friday. Like that is, you literally look like that. So there were mutants. There were mutants on the Thundercats. These mutants consisted of a wolf mutant, or I think it was a fox actually, a monkey mutant, and a reptilian mutant named Slive. Slive was the leader when Mummer wasn't around. Hold on. Gonna see if I can find a picture. You favor the female version of that. You look like a lizard person who is wearing a human mask, a thin human mask.
Broke men conversations.
Okay.
These are broke men conversations. What are you bringing to the table?
Who's having that conversation? Really, what you're having is a lonely woman conversation.
I want to live in my soft life. I want to be the princess. What are you doing for me? Why don't you court me? Why don't you open my door? Bitch, what size tampon do you use? Because at this point, it's giving, are you the woman in the relationship? I'm sorry, but this really irritates me when I hear this. Because
you didn't hear it.
I miss the times where men were really proud. I saw another video online where a man said the biggest flex is getting your woman out of the workforce, making it where she can do stuff if she wants to, not a control thing.
You should marry that man. You should marry that man. Go ahead. Go ahead. You heard a man say that. Go ahead. Marry that man. Seems like he has everything you want, right? So go ahead and marry that man. Like, what seems to be the problem? Is the problem men? I mean, apparently there's a guy out there that said that, so you should marry that guy. Go on. Marry him. I dare you. I double dare you. Shout out to A Christmas Story. I double dog dare you.
But like I'm making enough money that you don't have to work, but I do appreciate what you do, because we all understand that in most relationships, the woman is going to carry the majority of the load at home.
Yeah, I think a lot of this does come from a lack mindset as opposed to an abundance mindset.
Okay. I'm going to put it in practical terms. The housewife offer isn't really a housewife offer. It's a housewife and mother offer. It's a housewife and mother offer. I don't know how many eggs you have left. I don't even think that they're like eggs. Like, if you have any left, they're like leftover. What do I mean by that? If you ever, back in the day, when I was just a little niggero, we used to have Easter egg hunts. This was something fun that kids did when kids had attention spans. The parents would hard boil the eggs, and the kids would dye the eggs and decorate the eggs. Later, by the way, this is back when we had parents. Later, the parents would hide the eggs in the backyard. This is back when we had backyards. They would hide the eggs in the backyard as the kids would search for said eggs. That's what we used to do. Every now and again, a kid would not find all the eggs. Like, if they did, I don't know, 36 eggs, and we only find 34, that means that 2 eggs are just somewhere out there in the backyard and nobody knows where it's at. And then like a year later, you just smell a rotten egg. That is her ovaries. That is her ovaries right now. That her ovaries is full of like leftover Easter eggs that kids didn't find. That is her ovaries right now. Talking about housewife. Bitch! No, it's housewife and mother, and you cannot be a mother anymore. You just can't. That egg has sailed. That ship has sunk. So that opportunity is gone. So what are you really looking for at this point? You're looking for somebody to take care of you financially in exchange for access to your dry, inelastic box. And nobody who's seen you without makeup is going to do that. So you're bitter. And you're trying to convince women who can do it. The woman who you are sitting across from has been married for like 10 years. So it obviously isn't all bad.
Mindset. And the truth is, a lot of men come from households where their mother was the provider, where they're single parent households, and the mother was the strong one. And they really anticipate that being the role of their wife and or partner, girlfriend, when we're talking about heteronormative relationships. And that needs to change. I think a lot.
I hate this person. Even though I like her more than a Claudia bitch. Listen, if you want me to have like a severe hatred towards you, use words like heteronormative. And they don't know what that crap means. Nobody knows what that means. It's just something that they say to let you know that they're part of this tribe. Oh yes, heteronormative. Like, listen, the overwhelming majority of people are right-handed. I think it's like 9-1. Like 10% of the population is like left-handed. But people don't say stuff like, oh, a right normative person. And the reason why they say stuff like that is because they want to highlight that we're different, read special, because everybody's looking for individuality, which is why everybody is gay and you're not really an individual because you're stupid. You don't went out and sucked a penis to try to fit in. You're stupid. Unless you're naturally that way. But if you're not and you're just looking for an identity and you find yourself on your knees with jizz on your face, then you're stupid. I'm talking about the guys, of course. Hit the like button. All right, so Grinch, greatly appreciate you, brother. It says, all these women crying about being single while at the same time acting like they got options. Laughing my ass off. It's given pathetic. This is poverty. This is poverty poetry. So I'm going to talk about that. Why do they do that? Why are they single pretending to be balling? Well, the answer to that is simple. They don't want you to know that they're broke. Why? Because once you do, you'll realize that you don't have to work as hard to impress them. So they try to make it seem like, oh no, this is just how I live. I just live like that. That's them faking it until, you make it for them. That's what that is. They trying to pretend like they live a certain lifestyle that you and your wallet have to keep up with. So they're like, yes, I'm single. I'm looking for a man, but to keep me in my current, status. Your current status is debt. Your current status is 50 to 200K in debt. That is your current status. Keep it a buck. Your current status is broke. But the truth of the matter is, just because you spend a certain amount on yourself, that doesn't mean that you're worth the amount that you want a man to spend on you. There was a cutie that I met in the Philippines. She told me that her bed was made out of cardboard. That she rented a slot in this room. I think she was like a sweatshop seamstress or some crap like that. And her box is more valuable than your dried up box. Especially since she could cut it up and lay on it. I'm joking. I'm joking. Shout out to the mattress laying people of the world. But you know, she was a sweetheart. Cost doesn't equal value, sweetie. Thanks a lot, Grinch. Appreciate you.
Of women, it would behoove them as mothers to explain to their children, particularly their sons, that this isn't the ideal situation. This was a situation that I was forced into or circumstanced into, but you want something greater. To be quite honest, my husband, I say all the time, I did not marry a.
Okay, so basically she's setting her son up for failure. You're setting your sons up to be traditional men. Are you going to tell your daughters to be traditional women? And are you going to tell your son to watch out for these, divorce baiting bitches? Are you going to warn your son about the women that take advantage of traditional men? Or are you going to set him up to get taken advantage of?
A rich man. I married a financially responsible person. And because of that, we were able to come up with a system that worked for us. But let me be 100% honest. My husband is far more successful now than he was when we first started dating. And a big part of that was that I played a 50-50 role in ensuring that his life was so streamlined that all he had to concentrate on was going out and making bigger moves. And when it was my turn, he did the same for me.
Well, they say there's that whole thing that was trending on social media, like that black girl magic, like with the upgrading. I'm not saying you made your man. I'm not saying that at all.
No, but
I do think
I played a part.
That's not black girl magic, sweetie. Every woman upgrades their men. Some women upgraded their men to the point where they rule the fucking world. Okay. Y'all just figured out upgrading men in like 1905. Don't believe me? What's Julius Caesar's wife's name? You ever hear her talk about white girl magic? All right, let's talk about this. Do 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 do. There you go. What's Julius Caesar's wife name? Julia is his family name. It means that you are a descendant of Venus. That's not his wife's name. Even though it sounds like a woman's name, that is Julius Caesar's actual. Well, his first name is Gaius, but his full name is Gaius Julius Caesar. But his proper name is Caesar. Now means king. That's what happens when you kick a lot of ass. But no, he's not. No, Cleopatra was his side piece. The black girl magic that they all talk about. Yeah, she was Roman side booty twice that we know of. What's George Washington's wife's name? Do 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 do. Okay, somebody got it. Martha. There you go. Notice you don't really hear much about the Marthas and the Julius Caesar because they're focused on creating great men, not becoming great in their own right. They understand that that's where true power comes from. I would say was Genghis Khan's wife's name, but This show is only so long. That man had thousands of them. Yeah, that's what I say. She was Roman's side piece at least twice. Mark Anthony as well. Yeah.
We know he's not here today, so we can talk more shit. Like Erica said, I made him.
I played a part.
I made
no. Viv, my mother-in-law did an
he would be
amazing
nothing
job.
without me.
No, she did an amazing
I did that
job. But I'm gonna be quite honest, like I do not see him on the same trajectory, the way that he has moved in the past 10 years since we've been together. Those are things that I definitely contributed to. And I don't think that he would say anything different.
I think men that have this 50-50 mentality thing when it's so like down the middle, where I know, I mean, there was a conversation before with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union about like 50-50 the bills. And he makes a lot more money than her. And people were like, wait, what? And I just feel like we're getting away from, I do like, listen, I know some men will probably say you can't have it both ways. Yes, I can, because why not? Like wanting the chivalry. And
well, do you have it both ways? It's like it's not really in your words, it's in your actions. Like I can have it both ways. Okay, let's see you have it both ways. Oh, well, see, what had happened was I trust me, 52 is the year. 52 is the year that I'm going to be an independent woman and a stay-at-home wife. I'm going to be a traditional modern woman. Like, 52 is the year I'm going to do that. Shout out to 2025. And I'm going to get my eggs back.
Wanting like somewhat traditional roles, but then also wanting equality in the workplace. I don't think that's a contradiction. I really don't.
It's not a contradiction. But again, when we have these conversations, we're looking at it from a 360.
That is a contradiction. Just the fact that you are looking to be in the workplace. I want to be a traditional person while being in the workplace fighting for equality. That is not what tradition is that?
View. If you've only had just any experience 180, it's very difficult to understand both sides. Like I absolutely do expect my husband to open doors for me. I expect him to make sure that I'm walking on the inside of the sidewalk as away from the street. Those are things that I do have an expectation for. But when we're at home or when we're navigating our lives, whether it's finance or social, I am an equal partner and I have an equal voice. So I think you can have both of those things, but he also isn't a person who gets emasculated by the idea that I have an equal voice because he understands the value of my voice.
Don't you, do you feel, I know I feel since like, I can't blame all the ills of relationships in America on this Alaska.
Okay. So she's obviously jealous of her situation with her husband and stuff. They definitely have a good thing going on. She don't like that, and she's really going to she's going to passive aggressively try to pick it apart.
Last election, but I do feel like a really ugly side of misogyny has been revealed with this last election. Like I feel like men are like going back to like pounding on their chests like cavemen about like, your body, my choice, or they're like bragging or happy to kind of like suppress women. And I do feel like there was like a true gender war that's happening right now. And
the chick that she's talking to really, wait, did she just say there's a true gender war happening right now? She's a freaking idiot. I want you to picture somebody in the Ukraine right now. Shout out to them and what they're going through. Imagine if somebody like that was to say, something, I'm starting to get the impression that there's a war going on. Like, excuse me? Yeah, I'm starting to get the impression that there's a war going on. like, okay, you're stupid. This has really been going on since before she was born. It's just that now men are fighting back. To like the last 15 years, men have started fighting back. Like, I'm starting to realize that there's a gender war going on. So, in addition to being old, you're stupid.
And you see these videos popping up all over social media. I think they need to ban podcast equipment for men. No more. We have it.
Wow. Wow. You are a special case of stupid. So basically, freedom of speech should not apply to men. See, she's old. She's old. And because she's old, she actually come from a time where freedom of speech was denied men. Like Oprah, people like that, Ricky Lake, all those people. These were people. This was during a time when only women, particularly Black women, had the microphone. Nobody wanted to hear what Black men had to say until they created their own mic. When you have like NWA or something like that, this is their own mic, but they still could not speak certain things. So she's used to suppressing men's ability to speak or filtering Black men's ability to speak. She grew up in that and she wants to bring those times back. And it's not the election of Trump that bothers her. I mean, even though that bothers her, it's really the fact that men are now speaking truth and she do not like it. Sweetie, the truth of the matter is you look like a lizard in drag. Okay? That is the truth of the matter. No matter how much you try to hide it and try to pretend to be, young and hip, the truth of the matter is that you have suffered through perimenopausal, your vagina is dry, is inelastic, you randomly piss yourself, and you have to put testosterone pills in your ass from time to time to try to keep a feminine glow about yourself. Now, that is the truth of the matter. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good.
Enough. I need no more of those. The market is flooded, but it's all these bad takes.
And that's why she wants to take my mic away.
On relationships. And I think these men that are saying ban podcast equipment for press women. And I do feel like there was like a true gender war that's happening right now. And you see these videos popping up all over social media. I think they need to ban podcast equipment for men. No more. We have enough. I need no more of those. The market is flooded, but it's all these bad takes on relationships. And I think these men that are saying this, is it working for them? Because I do know I've been hearing that people are having less sex now. Testosterone is also down. Mm-hmm. The sex drives.
No, it's not working for us. But see, here's the thing. Not doing anything hasn't worked for us either. And that's what she's missing. She's missing that, okay, we tried not doing anything. Somebody said testosterone down myth. What do you mean myth? Listen, I don't care about what happens to 51-year-olds women's hormones. I really don't. This is something that Vivica Fox said herself. She said that she had to put some pill in her ass to get her testosterone right. I don't make that up. But you think I research geriatric women's health? No, I don't. I truly don't give a shit. That's something they said. So, hey, fact check them. But it's her ass and it's her pill up it. So why would she lie about that? Dang it, forgot where I was.
Saying this, is it working for them? Because I do know I've been hearing that people are having less sex now.
Oh, that's what it is. Listen, guys have tried that. Guys have tried okay, if I do nothing, she'll suck my dick. They tried that. It failed. So it's like, fuck it. you know, you see, here's what they've realized. Shout out to Tolkien, James Tolkien. When he wrote that line, war is upon you, whether you want it or not. See, there has been times in history where people just don't want to fight. There's been times in my life where I just didn't want to fight. Whether it's because a kid is significantly bigger than me, you know, or whether he had like more backup. Some dudes be having like 8 brothers and crap like that, all in the same age bracket and hella cousins, and I don't want them type of problem. You know, there was just something. There was sometimes I just felt like it wasn't that serious, you know. But you know, it's like, hey, this fight is gonna happen whether you want it to or not, and that's what it is. Y'all remember? Stacy from The Wood? He was like, remember that talk we had about Crips and Bloods? That nigga's a blood. And then, you know, his sister was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell my brother when he picking me up from school. He was like, bet on that, punk. He didn't want that. He did not want that type of heat. But guess what? It's gonna happen whether you want it or not. And that is what brothers realize. It's like, listen, we didn't want a gender war. We would much rather be making love, not war. But guess what? It happened whether we wanted it or not. Nothing we would have done was going to stop y'all bitches from doing this shit. Nothing. I think it was Lincoln that said, if we were to write a check, if we were to give the South a blank piece of paper and have them write their terms on it, if we were to give the South a signed piece of paper and have them write all of their terms on it, they would still go to war. That's like listen, we didn't want this crap. Y'all did. So, all right. All right. You done fucked with the wrong people. Like, I mean, now you scared. Now you scared. Now you are miserable. You like, okay, you know, like, who's fucking you now?
Testosterone is also down. The sex drives are down. And I don't know, it just seems like the times of like masculine, manly, sexual, just dominant, protective men, I don't see that as much. Now,
Hit the like button. I want y'all to get, okay, so I'm going to play something else. I'm going to play another clip. I want y'all to guess what clip comes to mind after she said what she just said. Hold on.
It just seems like the times of like masculine, manly, sexual, just dominant, protective men, I don't see that as much. Now,
Okay. Anybody guess it? Anybody guess it? Okay, so y'all didn't guess it, so I'm gonna just play it. While complaining that she don't see masculine, dominant, protective, blah, 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 men out there anymore, look at what she promotes.
No, they said they wanted to go 50-50. One even said she's an adult. She can provide for herself. They all mocked the idea of providing for their wives. Every single Russian man said yes. They were dumbfounded at the question, actually. One said, it's my...
Y'all see this? This is the foolishness. You just mad because your ass is old.
Now, I did find this little, I don't know, study online, right? So on top of these men wanting to go 50-50 with you, American men have their nerve, because I looked up the average global penis size, and in the counting of the
Black women. Black woman. Trust me, my mic isn't broken. The silence that you hear is just me taking all of this foolishness in. So I just so happened to look up the average penis size, and I don't know where she's going. I didn't see this whole thing. I only seen like the first 2-3 minutes and decided to share it with y'all. I truly can't. I truly can't. I done seen it all now. I seen Frances Cress Welsing in person right before she passed. She was a nut. But there's nothing like watching a 90-something-year-old woman draw a picture of a penis on a whiteboard. When I seen that, I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. I done seen it all now. I done seen it all. I've seen a 90-year-old woman draw a penis on a whiteboard. And try to explain. I didn't even know what she was saying. I didn't even pay attention to, once you see a woman who's old enough to be a grandmama mama draw a penis on a whiteboard, you're just like, oh crap. Like the whole world went silent. And I'm there like, wait, is everybody seeing this? Y'all seeing this? Did y'all just see that? Am I the only one that noticed that this is something that happened? This actually happened. And now here we have it. A 51-year-old woman looking up average penis sizes. That happened. This will never not happen again. Black women are something amazing. I can tell you that much.
The nations. Guess where America ranks in penis size?
Where?
59th. We come in 59th place. Oh, I lost my penis post. Hold on. 59th place with an average length. What do you think average is?
4.
Oh, wow. Where's Erica?
Okay, I think there's like 234 countries or something like that. So by the way, if you have like a classroom full of people and it's 234 people and you're number like 57 or some crap like that, it's not terrible. Well, it really don't matter. Listen, I measure my dick from time to time, and it's never the same measurement. There's temperature involved. There's how much into the base you put the measuring tape and shit like that involved. It's really not. This is weird. This is a very weird conversation. I'm glad I clicked this video. Hit the like button.
I
5.35 inches, right?
Okay.
That is average. Now the country with the biggest, would you like to guess?
I'm gonna go with Italy.
I'm pretty sure it's a Nordic country.
Italy is number 19.
Okay.
Ecuador is number 1, 6.93 inches.
Wow.
So all these men that are like, I got 9 inches, lies. Knock it off. No one on here has 9 inches. That's like
what the fuck? She don't know what average means. She does not know what average means. So like the average GPA is supposed to be like a 2.0. It's supposed to be like a C. So for me to say the average GPA of this particular high school is 2.0, then that means that nobody has a 4.0 is stupid. She's a freaking idiot. Well, because the average is 5.3 inches, then nobody has 9 inches. Okay. By that logic, because the average income for Black women is like 42K, then none of you make 6 figures. Then none of you are rich. This woman is a complete and total moron. Okay, so first of all, and I know that y'all picked up on it because y'all are not her. And hold on, let me see how many likes I have before I even get into this. Yep, need more. Need more. I need 3 more. Need 3 more likes. Somebody said most can't do basic math now, which is true. However, this isn't even doing basic math. This is understanding words that are used in math, like average. It's like, okay, the average is such and such. We most certainly didn't think that the average would be 9 inches. That would mean that if the median was 9 inches, then that means that half the population would have 9 inches, and y'all bitches would be demanding 13. So it's what the hell? Like the average height is like 5'10". Are you saying that there's no people above 6 feet? You're stupid. All right, let's see where we're at with the likes. Wait, what did I say? I said 3 more. But where was I at with that? Yeah, let me just get 1 more, just for good measure. Foolishness. This is what happens when you get frustrated people with testosterone tablets up their ass. A microphone. And why does she have an 80s necklace on? I do not know. All right, let's see what the likes are. One more, people. One more. Somebody is listening and not watching on their phone, and they think that it's not them. They thinking that somebody else is going to hit the like button for them, but don't do that. Hit the like button for me. Don't just sit there thinking, oh, somebody else will hit it, so I don't have to. You've been watching it for a while now. That's why you hit it. One more person. I'm waiting. Still waiting. All right, let's see. Ah. All right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, now let's play some more.
Freak of nature.
It's folklore. Yeah.
Ecuador, Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan, Haiti, Senegal, Gambia, Cuba, Netherlands, Zambia, and France. Top 11.
Why in the hell? What in the hell does this have to do with 50-50 relationships? Is this what happens when a woman gets old and lonely? She starts measuring countries' dicks?
America is number 59. So on top of you lazy motherfuckers not want to pay bills, demanding your woman work, contribute half the money, half the bills, give this, give that, and pamper you and do all your laundry, do all the other things that you really can't put a price tag on. You're not even bringing ample peni to the relationship.
I done heard it all now. See, this is their way of trying to shame you into embracing an inadequate bitch. Listen. My dick is not average, nor is my height or income or IQ. So, fuck you talking about. I have left men for bad sex. Okay, here's the thing. I'm getting so tired. I was supposed to eat an hour and 23 minutes ago. I'm so tired of crap like this. Sweetie, getting pumped and dumped is not you leaving a man for bad sex. I repeat, getting pumped and dumped is not leaving a man for bad sex. Let me tell you something. Dick. Actually, I'm not even going to speak on the rest of you's dick. I'm just going to speak on mine. My dick defaults as bad, as just downright terrible. My dick is default bad, and I'm pretty sure most everybody's dick is. It's a dick. All right? It defaults as a bad thing. I've received a lot of complaints about my technique, rhythm, and all that shit. However, with effort, I can make it decent. Now, you're asking yourself, what does this have to do with you and your pussy? Sweetie, he gave you default dick. And you want to know why he gave you default dick? Because he don't care if he hits it again. I'm going to repeat that. He don't care if he hits it again. That's why I give default dick. I know exactly who and whom I want to give an impression to. Who I want repeat business from. And those are the ones that I give effort to. I actually listen to the moans and use it as a guide to where to focus and rub and guide my penis. If I don't give a shit about fucking you again, then you get the default penis. And that's what happened to you. That is why you got the trash end of the stick. I remember one time I was given best performance. Why was I given best performance? Because I was young and I found myself in a threesome with 2 white women. And you want to know what I thought? You want to know what I thought when I was with these 2 white women? That there is a network of white women out there that's looking for black dick to fuck. I wanted referrals. I wanted them to, I thought I was their first black guy. I wanted them to say, when they sit down and sip mimosas with a bunch of other white women who never sucked a black dick, I wanted recommendations. That's what I wanted. I wanted recommendations. But you see, just like when you're at a temp job, you don't give it your all. When you're at a temp pussy, yours, they're not going to give it their all. Now, we're going to talk about this comment here. She says, I'm sorry, 4 inches ain't pleasurable. Then why did you put it in you? You looked at the 4 inches. You seen it. You seen it. You seen that dick was 4 inches and you fucked it anyway. Explain yourself. It wasn't 4 inches. This is just your attempt to shame it. You're just trying to shame this straw penis that you have. It was not 4 inches. Why did you look at a 4-inch dick and say, okay, might as well just stick it in there? You might as well just stick it in there while I read a copy of Essence magazine. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to do a Sudoku while you're just doing your thing with your 4-inch peen. No, you knew. No, it was a regular size penis that you refused. It was a regular size penis that did not work to your satisfaction. And the reason why it didn't work to your satisfaction is because he didn't care if he got the repeat vaginal business. That is the truth of the matter.
Relationship.
Here we are back with the peanut.
We're back to the peanut. I'm going to find a way to fit peanut into every single episode.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Are you?
Because, yes, I am. Because I think when you say these men, I say some men.
Of course,
because
not all.
You know, and the thing
you got the
about
one
it
unicorn
is,
left though in America.
Yeah, but I think ultimately what's happened is a lot of people who have felt like they've been attacked, oppressed, marginalized as men. Yes.
So there's marginalized and attacked men in America.
Well, that's how they're feeling. And
oh my gosh, this chick is dizzy. You just said that our dicks are small and that we shouldn't be allowed to speak in this country.
those minority groups are, I'm saying minority is in small number, you know.
As in 5.93 inches?
Yeah, I'm saying the minority groups are more minority, or they're feeling like they're in a minority class, are getting louder. And that's generally what happens in an echo chamber. I think that people have felt very emboldened in, especially over the past few months, especially with the political cycle, to say things that they haven't felt comfortable or protected in saying before. And that's why it sounds so loud. I welcome everyone to have a mic. I know that we don't need to hear from everyone, but that's ultimately our personal choice, whether we want to listen to who's saying what. But for me, it's kind of the same way that I look at getting.
It wore off fast. Of course it did, because it's inside of you. It's inside of you. Of course it wore off fast. Listen, a lot of men, a lot of modern men, especially younger ones, they're fucking just to say that I'm not an incel. They don't even like the pussy that they're in or the bitch it's attached to. So they're fucking just to say that I'm not an incel. And I don't know, let's just say the incel cutoff time is 6 months. He just stuck his penis in you so he can have another 6 months before he can fuck somebody he really likes. He's like, whew, okay, I got it in there. That was close. I bought me some more time.
The information about what's happening in the world. I want to hear from the left, I want to hear from the right, and I want to hear straight up the middle. Because if we are silent or if we start to ignore the minority voices or the fringe voices, then we get blindsided. And that's the reason why people are always so shocked when, the election goes a certain way, or people are voting a certain way. People are shocked by that because they aren't listening to dissenting opinions.
I hear you, Erica, but I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Some of these voices need to be suppressed because they're idiots, and I stand by that. I'm sick of it. How
you don't see the irony in that statement? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle stupid? And you're the pot. The crackpot.
dare a white privileged male in America have the audacity to think in any way, shape, or form that he's oppressed? It really kills me with that. Like, oh, we're not getting we're not getting the love, we're not getting the attention, we're not getting the privilege. You guys run the world literally. Like, you go to countries, you take clubs, you knock people over the head, you take their land, you take their women, you take their jewelry, you take their gold, you take their silver, you take everything.
Don't forget the spices.
Oh, and the spices that they never use, mind you. Colonizers, like, please, because will it kill you to use them? I know I said it wrong. That's why you laughed last time.
No.
Cumin. I said cumin, whatever. But they don't use them. And it's like this whole, maybe I'm old school, but I've never been one to.
No, you're just old. There's no schooling in your brain. You're just old. You're just mad because your ass is old. Oh, yeah, them likes is looking good. You're just mad because your ass is old.
To have sympathy or empathy for participation trophies. And I stand by that.
Yeah.
I feel like when we do that, like, we take away like what.
You're just mad because your ass is old. Wondering why your box is cold.
Exceptionalism. I tried to say a big word with the drink. You take away from the people that really work hard to like be great.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes in all areas, relationships. Everyone's like got a voice. Everyone counts. Everyone matters. Even when they say idiotic, stupid things. I am a fan of people that say dumb shit not being heard. And I am all for suppressing them. You're not oppressed. You're just stupid and we don't want to hear from you.
I mean, a fair point.
How old are you, GC? Old enough to give life.
Because I know a lot of people feel that way. I'm more of the school of thought of I'm always ready to compete. I'm always ready to show up, because when it really comes down to it, if we're going, step by step, toe to toe, I'm not backing down because I know what I bring to the table. And I know that that's not just smoke and mirrors. So I'm actually a fan of people telling you who they are as opposed to me wasting time trying to guess.
I get that them telling us who they are, but I just won't feel bad for them. And I do think this culture right now, and I know we got to wrap this one up.
Yes.
It's becoming a breeding ground for no relationships. Like, these men are like, we don't feel heard. We're oppressed. We're oppressed. And then women are like, wait, what? I have to do all this and that and still do work, like operate in my masculine space.
Yeah.
I see women becoming more masculine because we're being forced to fend for ourselves, right? And men becoming more feminine.
Fend for yourself. What does that mean? Like, are you out hunting? Are you out trying to break a turtle shell with a rock? Or do you order DoorDash?
And because they're looking literally for their mother in their relationships. And that is lowering sex drive. It's lowering the urge of having a relationship. And it's feeling like pressure when you have the responsibilities of a regular relationship. Yeah. Like, asking someone to call you back when they say is now pressure. It's too much for them. They can't take it. Oh my God. So I don't know. I can't be your mother and your lover, because if I'm your mom and I'm
Well, you can't be either of those things anymore because you got a dead womb and a dry pussy. You can't be either of those things anymore. I understand. What can you be at this point?
doing motherly things for you, I'm not going to be as freaky because that's weird.
Yeah.
And ladies, before we go, put this word on the bottom of the screen. This a new trend of men. They are called hobosexuals.
Oh, yeah.
They will fast track a relationship and want to marry you, move in super.
When was the last time you actually been with a hobosexual? When was the last time you ever met one? When was the last time has a hobosexual ever shot his shot on you? And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that they do. But I'm talking about, like, when has it gotten to the phase to where he's like, hey, can I sleep on your couch? Can I move in with you? When did that happen? You see, the reason why she creates these fear tactics, well, we all know it's because she's old and she's actually banking on the misery of men. Because it's the only way her dried up, wrinkled box is going to be worth any damn thing. Old hoes shouldn't speak. Well, definitely not English or a language that other people can understand or comprehend, besides other old bitches. Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to just reach a certain age and stage in their life where they just say words that only make sense to them, to each other. Like, they shouldn't even speak words. These bitches need to just talk binary to each other so nobody have to like pay attention to what the fuck they're saying. They need to just walk up to each other like 001100111001110. That's what the fuck they need to do. Nobody want to hear what the fuck you have to say. Encrypt your words, you stupid bitch.
Quickly, not because they just can't stand to be away from you. It's because they need a place to stay. They usually are good looking, have great D, great in bed, because the broke ones are always the best in bed. I wish I didn't know that. And they
Oh, how stupid are you? Well, I guess your statistics didn't include, like, what's the average dick size of a broke nigga now, did it?
they can leave any situation with 2 suitcases in 5 minutes. So beware when they want to fast track and move into your house. It's happened to me twice.
And generally they start.
Holy crap, the only person that you can attract is broke niggas. Because they don't want you. They want your couch. They want your centralized air conditioning. They want your leftover Fruit Loops. They don't actually want you.
Start to migrate around August, September, Labor Day. So yeah, be very, very careful around Labor Day because that's when the hobosexuals get the most activated. They need a place to store for the winter.
Good point. I had a friend that took one in. We call them HES, H-E-H, high-end homeless. Like, they don't appear to be homeless, but they have the things, the clothes and stuff, but they don't really have a place to stay. And she let one stay in her house. And when he left, he took all kinds of random things so we can survive out in the wild. He took her like contact solution and like her yoga mat. And I think he used it to sleep on the bridge.
Not the yoga mat.
Here's the thing. The overwhelming majority of men are not homeless. If you just so happen to find yourself with a homeless man, it's because you have homeless nigga pussy. And that's the realest thing you're ever going to hear from anybody that I ever speak to you, ever. Listen, I know I talk shit about brothers that fuck fat bitches. But I understand that a large percentage of the US population of women are fat. I understand that. Just because you find yourself with a fat woman, that doesn't mean that you are fucking the bottom, let's just say 3% of women. But if you're fucking a homeless man, you are literally fucking the bottom 3% of men. And this is coming from somebody who was homeless from anywhere between 3 or 6 months. I forget exactly how long. I know I was homeless like in the middle of a semester, and almost all of that summer I was homeless. So I was the bottom 3% on the economic scale. Was I a homosexual? Let's talk about this for a second. Was I a homosexual when I was homeless? No. I didn't fuck anybody that I wasn't sexually attracted to in order for a place to stay, nor did I stay with any female for a significant amount of time while being homeless. Um, I did look forward to fucking somebody, and it was for a place to stay, in addition to the pussy itself. And sometimes I would rent a hotel to do so, but it gave me a reason. Oh, but I was working. I had a job. In the Bay Area, the price of rent just skyrocketed one year. Shit got real quick in the late 90s when the internet first just kaboomed. Like, you know, jobs were jobbing and everybody had big money in their pocket just out of nowhere. Rent just went up, and it that doesn't really help a teenage black kid from Oakland. That is, like, I'm not gonna get any of that new internet money with my level of education at the time. So, but I got some of it, and just wasn't enough to sustain on that level. So I actually had a place before that. It's a long story, but I found myself homeless. I didn't do the homosexual thing. I could have, I didn't. And that's because I'm not going to be at the mercy of an obnoxious bitch like you. I refuse. I refuse to be at the mercy of an obnoxious bitch. And every homeless man that you fucked feels the same way. That's why they're not still with you. They still chose homelessness, and they stole your yoga mat, and they didn't want your pussy. They wanted your yoga mat. That is your life.
See why we only gave you a short episode? Because we're already getting into too much. Listen, go spend time with your family. Go spend time with those kids that did not appreciate the gifts you give them. Spend time.
Oh, you should spend time with your family. Oh. Because the and the eggs and the bacon and okay.
With your family and have a great time. And we'll be back next week with more of Accidentally Informed with great takes, great conversation. Thanks, Erica.
Thank you, and happy Kwanzaa.
And happy Merry Christmas. And we gotta get all of them.
We did all. Well, that was yesterday.
Okay.
But
I can't keep up.
Still.
Yeah, happy holidays.
So somebody said that most get money from the divorce. I don't think she did. I think that she actually got with a guy whose career was downer than hers. And I haven't heard of her until like stuff like this. But I don't know if she sung. I don't know if but I do know that whatever she did in the entertainment industry wasn't that good. That's why she's on YouTube getting 1,000 views for crap like this. And this is like her last hope of anything. This is her last hope of anything. But the dude that I looked at his IMDb, and he's probably a decent dude, but he wasn't like balling out of control as far as his acting career. Maybe he has another career. Maybe he is an actual entrepreneur. This bitch looked like this person here. I forget his name from Thundercats. I want to say Sly before, but she actually looks like this. Like face all cracked and shit. Thundercat Vultureman. That's his name? No, what's his name? His name was like Voltron. No, it wasn't Voltron. What was his name? It wasn't Vultureman. They show their age like wrinkles on their neck. So what are they like a tree? You just like look at it and see how many wrinkles is on the neck, and a wrinkle every 10 years or some crap like that. She got like 5 big ones. Oh, Vultureman is his name. Oh, my bad. My bad, Freeman Journal. That's more of a description. See, she looked like Mamra. She got a sarcophagus. She got a sarcophagus that she that she keeps with her to try to look young. Seems like they were not inventive with the names on Thundercats. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. They really not inventive with the names because now I think about the names of everything just so happen to be like what they are with a letter behind it, like Lion-O, Tigra, Panthro, Chatara. Yeah, I never thought of that when I was a kid. They have the lamest name ever. I mean, it's not as lame as He-Man. Like, how lame is that name? What's your name? He-Man. It sounds like somebody's saying their pronouns, but yeah, and then wow, the 80s sucked. I just thought about that. They did not give any thoughts into their name. What's your name? Spider-Man. Oh, because you're a man with the power of spiders. Yes. So I am Spider-Man. I am Iron Man. I am Batman. Yes. Yeah. They really did not give any thoughts. I am Superman. I am Wonder Woman. And they were worse with the women's shit. It was I am Supergirl. Yes, they did not care. Transformers, salute to you. Y'all the only ones that got it right. I am Optimus Prime. That's what's up. That's what I like to hear. I am Optimus Prime. Like I'm glad you wasn't Truck Robot. I am Bumblebee. I am Hot Rod. Like so yeah, that is better. Can't get better than Optimus Prime. What about Supreme Optimal Primus or some crap like that? Yeah. Optimus Prime Supreme. Supersize. Yeah, Jazz, exactly. Not Dieselbot. The GoBots, which was like a generic, was some generic shit. They got it wrong. Like, what's your name? I am Leader One. Exactly. Optimus Prime Maximus Supreme Rex. Yeah, Starscream, Soundwave. Yeah, so they were creative with it. Got to give it to them. They were creative with it. The Decepticons, even though it's obvious, it's not to a kid who couldn't spell the word deception. I know I couldn't. Probably still can't. Um, yeah, to a kid that is a clever name, like ooh, Decepticon. All right, so I'm going to show y'all something, and this is going to lead into a future topic. So here, let me show y'all something. Not Robogun. All right, so this is Jamie Foxx recently. Jamie Foxx is 57 years old. This is what black men look like at 57 years old. This is Jamie Foxx at 57 years old. Now, let's just look up the other members of the, I think he's 57. That's what it said when I typed in his name. Let's just look up the other cast members of the Jamie Foxx show, okay? Okay. Somebody said, uh-oh. Yeah, exactly. Y'all see where this is going. So this is Fancy back in her Jamie Foxx show days. And this is Fancy back in her Jet magazine. Beautiful Black Queen. Legs So Sheen. When she was in that, oh my gosh. Press 1 in the chat room, fellas, if you remember. When she was in the first download video in the see-through 100% dress on. And that just enticed all the girls to wear a see-through dress on with nothing but the black bra and panties. Oh my God, Fancy. Tell me if y'all remember that. She just started a temporary trend. And they all were just walking around like that's the thing to do. Like, oh crap. And I was A minor. And the girls that were my age were A minors. And I was like, whoa. Your mama just let you walk around see-through like that. Probably because she liked the video too. Okay. So this is what I like to call. Ooh. Dang, she was killing it. These are what I would like to call the before pictures. Now let's look at her now. Here's, or do they even show her now? Let's see. Because I've seen her on YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, it's worse than that. And there we have it. There we have it. Somebody said type in her real name. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Now the reason why I'm bringing her up is because she was on YouTube talking crap just like Claudia Jordan. So I have to bring it up. I have to. And there we go. Actually, ain't she on some movie? Ain't she on some new Tyler Perry movie? Looking wide and all outside. Looking like she on the lowdown. Like she like you know, keep it on the down low. Your fat ass got to go. Oh no, no, no. Isn't she starring on some like groove back shit? Look at this. Big and wig. And she's younger. Look at this. Look at this. And she's younger than Jamie Foxx. So yes, I'm definitely going to cover that in future videos. I'm definitely, because she has some stuff to say on YouTube. She has some stuff to say on YouTube, so I got to get her. I got to get her. I got to get her. Yep. Jamie Foxx looks like he's 5 years older. And she don't. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Let's just say that she don't look like she's 5 years older. What if they did like a reunion episode like Martin? Shout out to Pam for still looking reasonably like Pam. So she's doing she's on Real Housewives too. Hold on. Hold on. Tempted by Love. Holy crap, they got Layla Rashad in it too. So I guess it's supposed to be like a I played this on movie night. I mean a Cash App though, because I gotta pay for it. I hope that they do. I hope that they do like a follow-up on Waiting to Exhale, because that's what it seems like they're doing. But of course they can't get Angela Bassett, you know, because she's too classy for stuff like that. And they can't get and it can't, for obvious reasons, they can't get Whitney Houston. But yeah, they get the leftovers. They get Layla Rashad and they get Loretta Devine. I want to see what Terry McMillan has to say about what happened to Layla Rashad after she chose to be a single mom. Like, what happened to the kid? Now, of course, because it's fiction, she's going to write that their daughter just became like, ruler of the universe or some shit like that. But yeah, she's like the CFO of Meta. I want to see what happens. Damn, the Becky on the show married Duncan. What show? Still looking good at 56. Who's Duncan? Duncan was what's his name? Braxton? Hold on. All right. I don't speak bad about Layla. Listen, I'm not going to speak bad about you if you have a legitimate reason. Layla Rashad just so happened to have a thyroid disorder. So yeah, she does blow up like a balloon, that combined with being old. So I'm not going to shame her for something she has no control over. I'm not going to shame her for something she has no control over. She's locally grown, and I think she's like from Berkeley or something. But I remember thinking that her sister looked good too. She got a sister that's sexy, or at least her sister used to be sexy. This was years ago when I looked it up. No, I understand. Stating the fact, yeah. Oh yeah, she was like ridiculous. I know a woman whose pussy is so good, if you threw it in the air, it'd turn into sunshine. And yeah, she was that chick. That girl thinks that she's so fine. Her pussy is sunshine. That girl. Yeah, she was that. Now, she never was that fine. Gracelle, or what is it? Garcelie? She was never that fine. Like, I mean, because Layla Rashad had a way of standing out amongst other beautiful women. Now, she didn't stand out like when she was a flower girl on Coming to America. You didn't like look at her over the other flower girls. She was just like flower girl number 2 or some shit like that. She didn't like stand out when other beautiful women were in the room as much as Layla Rashad did, at least. Just an observation. From Harlem Nights? No, from Menace to Society. What type of black man don't remember Layla Rashad from Harlem Nights? What the hell? How can you forget Sunshine? I did not hit puberty, but I knew what beauty was when I seen Harlem Nights the first time. Harlem Nights was playing at the same time that Back to the Future 2 was playing. So I didn't see it in the theater. I seen Back to the Future 2 instead. But later when I seen it, I was like, ooh. I'm not going to time you out for never watching Harlem Nights, Cortez. I'm going to just ask you not to speak for 2.5 minutes. What kind of crap is that? What kind of... Never seen Harlem Nights? All right, that's just madness. I don't even know what to make of that. I've seen movies from before I was born. Most of it is crap, but I've seen it. Last Dragon was before I was born. No, okay, I know he may be a youngster, but still, I seen it. Like, I mean, like I said, I seen movies from before I was born. Like Star Wars was before the first one was before I was born. Like, what the hell? No, Last Dragon was just good. It was good for all ages. Now, Show Enough did make the movie. Yeah, exactly. I mean, who haven't seen like an old Clint Eastwood something or other? Like, who haven't? Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Who haven't seen like an old Clint Eastwood something or other with their grandpa or some crap like that? No, that's no excuse not to see a movie like Harlem Nights. That's a classic. You're never gonna see ever Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, and Richard Pryor in the same movie. That is just, yeah, that's too classic not to see. Yeah, you gotta take a look at that. Come to movie night one day. I'll play it for you. Never seen Harlem Nights. I was talking to OGJ Speed. He never seen the Mac, but he had his reasons. Somebody said, "Give me that black card, sir." Yeah, that's a bad one. Yeah, there is no excuse. That is from the '80s. I don't know what the hell else you was watching. You know, I know you seen Color Purple. That's weird. Oh, she's Haitian. Haitian's got some good sexual techniques. I tell you that much. Best pussy there is. She's also Haitian. The worst woman of island descent. Really? Gotta elaborate on that one. And island women are horrible. Learned that in college and swore never to deal with them. I like island chicks, but maybe because I'm in California and I don't meet any in passing. So you probably know something I don't know, or you had more than I have. Yeah, no. So have y'all ever been with it? I'm about to go. I'm hungry, but have y'all ever been with a chick and y'all seen her take off her clothes and she had like a whole shape up? And she was not ashamed of it. She was not ashamed of it. She thought that I was that it was like lingerie or something. Now, it's not like she had like a terrible figure or anything like that, but it's certain things that you just don't want to know. So what I seen, it was a onesie. It was kind of like lingerie. I'll give that to her. But it was a girdle combined with a titty upper, and the ass part had pads on it because it was panties too. It's like it, but it was all part of one thing. It was like a panty with a padded ass and a waist slimmer, what's that called, girdle type thing going on, and a wonder bra, all in one, all in one. And I was like, what the hell? And it wasn't, once again, it wasn't that she had a terrible body. It's not like she just popped out of it like a Pillsbury Dough bitch. But what was funny was that she just had no problem showing it to me. Like, hey, the whole point is stuff like this is to keep it a secret. You're supposed to keep something like that in house. You're supposed to keep something like that a secret. Claudia is still a baddie. Well, she's bad, all right. All right, hold on. Probably because I'm not much of a butt man, I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so you just didn't watch mainstream 80s stuff. I got you. All right. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody that participated. And yeah, this is a special shout out to Grinch. Oh wait, I got a cash app here. Actually, I got one from like somebody sent me a cash app right after my last show ended, and let me see if he want to. So I got Josh's. He said for great subject, and this is JN. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Shout yourself out if you have a different name in a thing. Okay, so that was from the last time. He sent it like right when the show closed. And then from this time, let me see if he has a different name also. Yes, he does. Okay, so D. Scott. D. Scott, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the Cash App. All right, so I want to say a thank you to the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Hit that like button on your way out. It's GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.